Before the stories begin, I would like to thank all of you for clicking on this video. Without the faithful fans, we as creators could not do this. I truly hope you enjoyed the upcoming stories. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for future stories to come.
The dense forest loomed around me, its towering trees stretching their gnarled branches overhead, forming a natural canopy that filtered the sunlight into dappled patterns on the moss-covered ground. A sense of solitude enveloped me as I ventured deeper into the wilderness. The only sounds the crunch of leaves beneath my boots and the occasional rustle of unseen creatures. I had always found solace in nature, but today an inexplicable restlessness gnawed at the edges of my consciousness. It was as if an unseen force beckoned me forward, guiding my steps into the heart of the woods. The foliage thickened, and an otherworldly hush descended, amplifying the thud of my heartbeat in my ears. As I pushed through a particularly dense thicket, a clearing emerged before me. Nestled within the embrace of ancient trees stood a weathered cabin, its time-worn facade bearing the scars of countless seasons. Intrigued, I approached cautiously, the silence broken only by the creaking of the cabin's wooden door swaying on its rusty hinges. An inexplicable compulsion urged me forward, and with trepidation, I pushed the door open. The interior was dimly lit by the feeble glow of a single, flickering lantern. Dust particles danced in the air, suspended in the beams of light that filtered through the cabin's cracked windows. My eyes fell upon an array of peculiar symbols adorning the walls, cryptic patterns that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. An odd feeling, a mixture of awe and dread, settled over me. The air within the cabin crackled with an unsettling electricity, and the weight of an unseen presence hung heavily in the room. In the center of the cabin, an ancient-looking book lay open on a weathered table. Its pages, yellowed with age, were filled with illustrations depicting celestial bodies and arcane symbols. As I studied the enigmatic drawings, a distant rumble echoed through the forest, vibrating the very foundation of the cabin. The air grew charged, and a sudden brilliance flooded the clearing outside. I rushed to the window, my gaze drawn to the unearthly glow emanating from the sky. A silent gasp escaped my lips as I beheld a formation of lights dancing among the stars, moving in synchronized patterns that defied the laws of nature. My heart raced as I stumbled back from the window, a realization settling like an icy hand on my spine. The symbols, the celestial display, they weren't merely coincidences. Somehow, the cabin and I had become entwined in a cosmic mystery. As I pondered the enigma before me, the cabin's door swung open with a haunting creak. A shadowy figure materialized in the doorway, shrouded in darkness, its features obscured. My breath caught in my throat as the figure beckoned me to follow, its silent gesture urging me into the unknown. Compelled by an unseen force, I stepped outside, the glow of the celestial lights casting an ethereal glow upon the clearing. The figure led me through the forest, its form shifting and flickering like a specter in the night. The surreal journey unfolded as we traversed the woods, guided by an otherworldly energy that pulsed through the very fabric of the universe. As we approached a secluded glade, the air shimmered with an alien presence. A circular platform, intricately adorned with the same symbols from the cabin, lay embedded in the forest floor. The figure gestured towards the platform, and a profound understanding washed over me. This was a threshold to another realm. Hesitation lingered in the air, but a magnetic pull drew me onto the platform. The moment my foot touched the ancient symbols, a surge of energy enveloped me, transporting me into a realm beyond the limits of human comprehension. Colors unknown to the human eye danced in kaleidoscopic patterns, and the very essence of reality seemed to unravel. In this cosmic expanse, I became aware of a presence, not just the enigmatic figure, but an overarching intelligence that transcended my understanding. Words formed in my mind, a telepathic communication that echoed with the whispers of ancient civilizations and the hum of interstellar frequencies. As I grappled with the overwhelming revelations, a sudden intrusion shattered the surreal communion. The forest glade, the celestial lights, and the alien presence all blurred into indistinct shapes as a blinding light enveloped me. I awoke in a sterile room, the harsh brightness of fluorescent lights replacing the celestial glow. My surroundings were clinical, the walls adorned with sterile white panels. Disoriented and groggy, I attempted to sit up, only to be met with the resistance of restraints securing me to the cold, metallic surface. A suited figure entered the room, and the emblem of a familiar government agency emblazoned on their chest, the FBI. Questions swirled in my mind, and the agent's stern expression betrayed a sense of urgency. "You've experienced something beyond the scope of human understanding," the agent explained cryptically. "The events in the woods were not a mere encounter with extraterrestrial forces, but a glimpse into a cosmic reality intertwined with our own." As the agent spoke, fragmented memories flooded my mind: the cabin, the symbols, the celestial lights. The truth unfolded like a cryptic puzzle, each piece revealing a connection between the ancient mysteries and the fabric of the cosmos. The agent continued, "We've been monitoring these occurrences for years. Your journey was a pivotal moment, a bridge between our world and the enigmatic realms beyond. You've become a key piece in understanding the cosmic forces at play." As the agent unveiled the depth of the conspiracy, I realized that my journey through the woods had not been a chance occurrence, but a carefully orchestrated encounter with the unknown. The cabin, the symbols, the celestial lights, they were all part of a cosmic tapestry woven by unseen hands. The realization left me with a profound sense of responsibility. I had glimpsed the mysteries of the universe, and the journey through the woods had thrust me into a cosmic chess game between extraterrestrial forces and a clandestine government agency. As the agent escorted me to an undisclosed facility, I couldn't shake the feeling that my life had become a delicate balance on the precipice of the extraordinary. The alien revelations and government conspiracies intertwined, forming a web of uncertainty that stretched far beyond the confines of the forest. In the days that followed, I navigated a surreal existence, caught between the cosmic unknown and the terrestrial machinations of the FBI. The truth I had uncovered unraveled like a thread, revealing a tapestry of secrets that spanned the breadth of human history and beyond. As I grappled with the enigma of my experiences, a realization dawned. The journey through the woods had not merely been a quest for answers, but a transformative odyssey that blurred the boundaries between the ordinary and the extraordinary. The symbols, the celestial lights, the alien encounter, they had become indelible chapters in a story that transcended the limits of human understanding. And as I stood at the intersection of cosmic forces and earthly intrigue, the mysteries of the universe beckoned, promising revelations that would reshape the very fabric of reality.
Thank you for staying this long. And now, on to the next story.
My days in Woodridge were uneventful at first. I blended in with the locals, attending town meetings and sipping coffee at the diner, all the while keeping a watchful eye on the horizon for any signs of the mysterious occurrences. The reports spoke of strange lights in the night sky, eerie noises emanating from the woods, and whispers of bizarre figures glimpsed in the shadows. As an FBI agent, I was trained to approach every situation with a healthy dose of skepticism. Still, there was an undercurrent of curiosity that fueled my determination to get to the bottom of this enigma. Little did I know that my pursuit of the truth would lead me into the heart of an otherworldly encounter that would forever alter the course of my life. One fateful night, as I patrolled the outskirts of Woodridge, my radio crackled to life with a static-laden message from headquarters. They had picked up anomalous readings on their equipment, suggesting that something beyond the ordinary was afoot. I tightened my grip on the steering wheel, my senses on high alert as I navigated the winding roads leading into the dense forest surrounding the town. The air grew thick with an unexplained energy as I ventured deeper into the woods. My headlights cut through the darkness, revealing gnarled branches and ominous shadows that seemed to dance in the periphery of my vision. A sense of foreboding settled over me, but I pressed on, determined to unravel the mystery that lay hidden beneath the canopy of trees. Suddenly, the engine of my SUV sputtered and died. I cursed under my breath, reaching for my flashlight as I stepped out into the oppressive silence of the night. The forest loomed around me, the only sound the distant hooting of an owl. My gaze scanned the surroundings, searching for any clues that might explain the strange occurrences. A distant humming began to fill the air, low and resonant. It reverberated through the trees, creating a disconcerting symphony of unnatural sounds. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end as I cautiously followed the source of the noise, the beam of my flashlight cutting through the darkness like a knife. As I ventured deeper into the woods, the humming intensified, reaching a crescendo that vibrated through my bones. My senses were overwhelmed by an otherworldly glow that bathed the clearing ahead in an ethereal light. I approached cautiously, heart pounding in my chest, and my breath caught in my throat as I witnessed a sight that defied all reason. Hovering above the clearing was a spacecraft unlike anything I had ever seen. Its sleek metallic surface emitted a soft luminescence, and intricate patterns danced across its hull. I stood frozen, grappling with the impossibility of the scene unfolding before me. The air crackled with an energy that seemed to distort reality itself. Without warning, the spacecraft emitted a blinding light, enveloping me in its brilliance. I shielded my eyes, a sense of weightlessness overcoming me as if the very fabric of space and time had unraveled. Disoriented and unable to comprehend the situation, I felt myself being drawn towards the luminous craft. The next thing I knew, I was aboard the alien vessel, surrounded by beings whose forms defied description. They were tall and slender, their features obscured by a translucent membrane that seemed to shift and undulate. Their eyes, devoid of any discernible emotion, fixated on me with an unsettling intensity. I tried to move, to speak, but my body was unresponsive. It was as if I existed in a state of limbo, a mere observer to the surreal scene unfolding around me. The aliens communicated through a form of telepathy, their thoughts infiltrating my mind with a precision that sent shivers down my spine. Questions echoed in my head, probing the depths of my consciousness. They sought to understand human emotions, particularly fear and despair. I felt exposed, vulnerable, as if the very essence of my being was laid bare before these extraterrestrial entities. The memories of the probing were fragmented, a kaleidoscope of sensations and images that defied rational explanation. They delved into the recesses of my mind, extracting information with an efficiency that left me feeling violated. It was as if they were dissecting my very soul, unraveling the threads of my identity. Time lost all meaning in that alien spacecraft. Days, weeks, or mere moments, I could not discern the passage of time. Eventually, the probing ceased, and I found myself back in the dense woods surrounding Woodridge. The spacecraft hovered above for a fleeting moment before vanishing into the night sky, leaving me alone with the weight of an unimaginable experience. The return to reality was disorienting. I stumbled through the forest, my mind reeling from the encounter. The once familiar surroundings now felt alien and unwelcoming. I tried to make sense of what had transpired, but the memories slipped through my grasp like sand, leaving only a lingering sense of dread in their wake. I stumbled out of the woods and back into the town, a changed man. The once quiet hamlet now seemed to pulse with an undercurrent of malevolence. I tried to report my abduction to my superiors, but my words fell on deaf ears. The skepticism in their eyes mirrored the doubt that had crept into my own mind. As days turned into weeks, I became increasingly isolated. The townsfolk, once welcoming, regarded me with suspicion and fear. Rumors spread like wildfire, painting me as a madman or a government operative sent to cover up some dark secret. My colleagues distanced themselves, unable or unwilling to comprehend the unimaginable truth I carried. The agency reassigned me to a desk job, citing the need for a psychiatric evaluation. I became a pariah within the organization I had dedicated my life to serving. The truth, it seemed, was a double-edged sword, and I found myself caught between the realms of reality and the incomprehensible. Haunted by the memories of that night, I retreated into the shadows, a broken man with a shattered reputation. Sleep became elusive, plagued by vivid nightmares that blurred the lines between the extraterrestrial and the mundane. The once vibrant agent was reduced to a mere shell of his former self, haunted by the enigma that had swallowed him whole. Woodridge became my purgatory, a place where the veil between worlds seemed to thin. I saw glimpses of the alien entities in the shadows, their enigmatic forms flickering at the edge of my perception. The air crackled with an energy that whispered of an impending darkness, a revelation that remained just out of reach. In the end, the town that had once promised solace became my prison. The whispers grew louder, the shadows more pronounced, until reality itself became a fractured mirror reflecting the fragments of a life forever altered. I wandered the streets of Woodridge, a specter of the man I once was, lost in the labyrinth of my own shattered mind. The truth, it seemed, was a burden too heavy to bear. The line between reality and delusion blurred, and as the darkness closed in, I realized that some secrets were never meant to be uncovered. The abduction had left me stranded between worlds, a living testament to the cosmic mysteries that elude human understanding. And so, in the quiet rural town of Woodridge, I became a cautionary tale, a whispered legend of an FBI agent who sought the truth and found only madness. The truth was out there, but it remained an elusive specter, dancing on the edges of perception, just beyond the grasp of a mind forever altered by the touch of the unknown.